Hey guys, this is James, and we're back with Academagia. First off, I want to apologize for missing last Friday. Um, I meant to record, but every time I tried to, I just didn't feel like I was in the mood to do it. And this month I've been kind of down lately. I don't know if it's because of the weather or the season or whatever, but yeah, that's just what's going on. Finally getting a recording done, and I'll try to get this up as soon as possible, but we'll see what happens. Um, so last time with the Academagia, we finished Prudence's adventure. So I believe we got like an intelligence point from that, which is nice. I think I said last time we're gonna raise up. Well, first of all, we're gonna do the militia captain's adventure, both Saturday and Sunday this week. And I think we raised up revision themes. I'm gonna double check that really quick. Yeah, we have revision themes up to 10. Now, after looking into a few things, we needed revision theme to be 16, but our cap is 10. And I thought I would be able to use like a theme or a spell to raise that up. And while looking on the Wikia, there seems to be only one theme that you can use with revision themes. And I don't have it, and to get it, you have to like trade favor with a teacher. More importantly, a teacher I don't have, so I don't have any favor with them. So that one might not have been worth bringing up, but we'll try it. Though that isn't until a few more adventures with the malicious captain. What we are going to start raising up is revision spells, because we need that for Evelyn's adventure. And I already checked. We do have themes and stuff to bring that up. And we'll probably also start bringing up stuff like diplomacy, plot, climbing. Those are the other three that we'll start raising up once we get revision spells done. And let me double check revision spells and see if it's... Okay, so what we're going to do... So it takes 2 skill steps to raise revision spells to the next level. So that means normally I would have to do revision spells. I have to study it twice to bring it up by 1 level. But I should have a thing, I think, where I thought it was called narrow focus, but that's something else, apparently. But I should have a thing that would let me bring down the skill steps to 1. Hold on. Okay, so I found it. It took me a while to remember what it is. It's selective focus, not narrow focus like I thought it is. So this should reduce the train modifier on a skill of your choosing by 1 point for 5 days. So instead of taking 2 skill steps, it should just take 1. So we'll have that. We'll study at the library. And like I said last time, we're going to start doing trying to get through the militia captain's adventure. So this is the training modifier. So we want revision spells. Gotta remember my ABCs. Then we go down to revision spells for the Library of Longshade. So what is this called? Attack of the Gnomes. So we just have to find Attack of the Gnomes on this list. Oh, found it. Alright, so let's get started. The rain lashes against the roof as you hurriedly pull your head back in from the window. You shake the water out of your eyes and shudder, a little at the sound of the storm raging outside. Of all the things you could have been doing in the storm, you had to be buying a drink in the inn. I don't know what's going on over here with the had and two. And now you're stuck in here with a half a dozen terrorized staff and a good 20 recumbent drunks. As soon as the rain started falling, the men at the bar decided that this was a good an excuse as to any to swim in alcohol. And for the past few hours you've been amusing yourself by helping with the chores and counting the drunks as they fall unconscious. You've been feeling increasingly restless, so when the door bangs open and a drenched man in militia uniform stumbles in, you welcome the interruption. It's Carlorn, a nice young man who left his father's farm to travel to the city and join the militia. In a moment of confidence, he told you that he expected to make his fortune within a few days, and the city has been a bit of a disappointment, but that he wouldn't have missed serving with the captain for the world. He seems pleased to see you and explains that the militia are scouting around the town to check that everyone is all right. In a flash, you volunteer to help him, and he gladly agrees. The two of you fight your way out into the howling winds and the slashing rains that have swallowed up the world that used to be Minta. All you can see is a gray haze before your eyes. Everywhere you look, you can see something that has been destroyed by the storm. Carcasses of cracked and murdered carts litter the street. That's not where I thought that sentence was going. Bits of torn cloth hang like bandages from the houses, and gaping, cracked windows look out on the street like blackened eyes. Carlorn shouts over the wind that the captain says this was all caused in a scuffle between Orso Orsi and Ilaro Dottie. Something about a staff of some kind. Apparently there was a magical explosion and the storm came out of nowhere. You glance around the street looking at the devastation. A magical storm is truly terrible. Finally, Carlorn shoves open a nearby door with the cry, "Militia!" and you both stumble in. To your utter and complete surprise, you find a very strange sight awaiting you. A small family, mother, father, 2 children, huddle in a corner of the house, and in the center of the floor stand about 10 or so goblins, murmuring angrily among themselves. They're obviously threatening the family, and Carlorn looks at you helplessly. How are you going to resolve this peacefully? Glamour methods. Use your amazing glamour techniques to frighten them into listening to you. Awareness. Convince them that you are a gnome god. Wait, don't they say goblins? Why is this called Attack of the Gnomes when it's clearly goblins? One of these words are wrong, I don't know. Diplomacy. What are they so upset about? And courage. Offer them magical secrets. Let's just go with what we're really, really good at. Glamour methods. Use your amazing glamour techniques to frighten them into listening to you. You pull out your wand and move protectively in front of the family. In curt, clipped sentences, you tell the gnomes that as a member of the militia, you can't let anything or anyone threaten the people. They should leave before you are forced to make them leave. There's a short silence, and then the leader of the gnomes laughs. You force us? You, little human. I would sooner flee from a brown toad, he replies. That's an insult. Gnomes eat brown toads. But I thought they were goblins. Whatever. There was a mistyped word at some point. You quickly thread together the themes you drew from your palette while he was talking and cast the biggest and most frightening glamour spell you know. A massive whirling ball of iridescent green flame shoots out of the end of your wand and ricochets around the building. The mother of the family gives a small shriek as it passes over her head and sizzles into the wall next to her. A dark black stain like charred wood spreads down the wall, and you glare at the gnomes. They should leave. The leader stares at you, his eyes wide with fear and surprise. Then he nods, and without a word, he scuttles out of the door and into the storm. The other gnomes follow after him, and you let out a sigh of relief. The stain disappears from the wood, as it was all part of the glamour spell. The family showers you with praise, and Carlorn grins and promises to tell the captain about your quick thinking. Besides, he adds, it'll give him something to laugh about. Okay, that was a nice little kind of like aside to the militia venture. Today you spent your lunch break practicing a couple of incantations you can't quite seem to master. Well, because we can't do incantations. But whatever. And now you're catching a bite at an odd hour. The lunchroom is mostly empty, so you're sitting alone at a table in the corner, the hardwood bench digging into your behind. You gobble down your food hungrily, but you're so preoccupied with going over the incantations in your head that you scarcely notice what you're eating. You also don't notice that you have company until your company is sitting across from you, peering at you intently with round eyes. Oh no, you think to yourself, it's the weird girl, Rixanda. Okay, let's check out Rixanda here. We're going to say that's how you pronounce that name, though it's probably wrong. She is in Vernon. Rixanda is more than just a little strange, even by Academagia standards. She sees herself as a pioneer in the medium of colored candies stuck to a canvas with mud in what is usually no particular pattern at all. It would be one of the things to put paint to canvas in a fashion that people don't understand. But candy and mud together? It's horrible. Creatures like to attack her artwork in the night, gawning for the sweet morsels that she left embedded and out for consumption, artistic or otherwise. People have asked her to stop. Damn. Stolen her work, stolen her supplies, but she still persists. In fact, she's been scoring the campus for new directions in her art. She just sounds like a modern artist, let's just say that. I don't know what's so weird about that. The last thing you want is to be seen sitting with the school's most bizarre pupil. Man, don't let peer pressure get to you. You glance around quickly to see if anyone has noticed, and you're mortified to see several students staring and giggling. Are you almost finished with that? Rixanda asks, jabbing at your plate with a long, skinny middle finger. What's the matter with your own lunch, you retort. It doesn't look any grosser than mine. Not your lunch, genius. Your napkin. I want it when you're done. Rixanda has a reputation for bizarreness, but this seems odd even for her. What on earth do you want with my napkin? You ask, taken aback. Did you finally see a spill you don't like? No, dork. It's for... I don't know why that caught me. That made me laugh. No, dork. It's for my next work. It's a piece about the eating habits of the proletariat. You're not even sure what the proletariat is, much less what they eat. All you know is that you want her to go away and quickly. Graduate from jelly beans, have we? Well, it's my napkin and you can't have it. Oh my god, does that get her away? Just give it to her. Look around you, she replies. I'm sure you've noticed that everyone else has noticed us sitting together, and I've noticed how uncomfortable that makes you. How do you like me to sit with you every day? Your stomach churns at the prospect of being known as the weird girl's weird friend. What? I wonder if this would show up if we were friends with this girl. It's hard enough to fit in around here without one of the school's biggest misfits clinging to you. I think that might be fun, she continues. What do you think? You and me? Besties forever? She grins as she taunts you, clearly relishing your discomfort. Or you can give me your napkin. It's your call, she adds, deadpan. Fine, you blurt, tossing her the soiled wipe. Now will you leave me alone? Sure, she says, once you do me one more favor. Of course. What do you want now, you ask, desperate for a way to make this whole ordeal just be over. Just a little help collecting supplies for my work. I want more napkins, and the trash bin is full of them. The students will think I'm stranger than they already do if they see me digging through them, though, and the staff may try to stop me. That's where you come in. I just need you to draw attention to yourself for long enough for me to grab a few handfuls and skedaddle. What do you say? Do you want to help with my heist, or do you want to be my new best friend? I mean, she's probably a fine person. Sure, let's do this then, you tell her, partly to end this, but also because you feel the strange stirrings of sympathy for this odd girl. You always figured that she was just weird and that she was okay with it, maybe even thrived on it, or was perhaps just oblivious to the gossip and teasing behind her back. Now you're starting to realize, though, that she knows the other students make fun of her, and she doesn't seem to like it much. She just lacks the social skills to do anything about it. Good answer, she beams. Let me get over to the bins, then you get everybody's attention. With that, she stands abruptly, picks up her untouched lunch, and moves towards the waste and dirty dish area. As she nears the tubs, you realize you need a plan. The old double cross, duck out while you have the chance. No, sirree. We made a terrible promise, so why not? So we can either use glamour and use a spell to get everyone's attention, or theater, make a spectacle of yourself. Let's try theater. You jump onto the table and yell at the top of your lungs, "Look at me, everyone! I work in the kitchen!" You pick up your plate from the table and shove it in your face while making smacking noises. All heads in the room turn to look at your ridiculous display. The kitchen attendants look quite irked with your mockery, but when the students begin to jeer you, they join in. "Get down, you idiot," one of the students yell. The students and staff quickly lose interest, not leaving Rixia nearly enough time to get even a handful of soiled linens into her backpack. Blushing, you grab your tray and backpack and sprint from the kitchen, pausing only to leave your dishes in the wash-up tub. "Sorry," you whisper to Rixia as you scurry out the door. "Looks like she'll have to do her own dirty work." That was a blue option as well, and we failed it. Man, that's... I'm guessing we're not friends with Rixia. I want to guess that hurt us. Let's see, we use selective focus, so that'll last for 5 days, I believe. Revision spells, we brought up by 1. You have added 1 amplification to yourself. So this is increased bonus spells. So I guess this is a spell we can do to make spells better. And we've learned Inhibit Change, which decreases revision spells and decreases revision overall. So it's an attack spell. We also learned a little bit about bookbinding, and I've learned about binding glue. Sure. We succeed at the adventure. Let's see, you decreased your composure skill by 1. Okay. That's not the worst thing. Honors brought up our merit by 3, which is nice, but again, don't think it's going to do too much. Let's just look at our clickmates. Let's see. Netta did not succeed at anything today. That sucks. Prudence did not succeed at anything today. And Evelyn succeeded at her familiar ability and using compete. And like we do at the first session of all these videos, we check our merits. We're 303, so we're still nowhere near like Morvidius, which is at 499 and stuff. We're never gonna win merit. I mean, I could focus on it, but I don't think it's I don't think we can catch up without me just doing compete over and over and over again, and we got skills to raise, so... Oh well. We don't have to be winners.